First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thank you very much for joining us. We are live streaming here to the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom as we do every weekday. And one of the things we get to do here as part of this show is bring over our reporters, our investigators to talk about some of these big stories that are going on. And certainly I can't think of any bigger story than the ICE facility and everything surrounding that there in Portland, in South Portland.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of coverage of this.
We've been going all from lots of different angles.
So many different angles. So the angle right now, though, that I know you're covering, and we had you actually on here live from one of the residents' buildings.
That's absolutely right.
Near the ICE facility, which is an angle that I think a lot of people maybe hasn't been covered as much.
Yeah, and it's actually something that that we heard was a little bit of a frustration. So just to back it up a little bit, what I'm working on right now, and this will be airing this evening, is a report looking at the experience of the residents who live in a building that's literally kitty corner to the ICE facility. So if you're familiar with the area, it's across the street and right over, it's kitty corner to the building. And what that building is actually, it's an apartment building. It's 249 affordable units. So these are all low-income folks who, it's actually a really wonderful thing. It's a very cool building. It's run by a program called Reach Community Development, I think it's the full name. And it's one of these things, not necessarily related to this, but Portland has like many places in the country, has a serious need for affordable housing. This is one of the success stories, right? This is a place that actually created almost 250 units.
250 units in a great location. I mean,
great location.
Theory, I mean,
very
if you're
good
at the city,
public transportation.
That's a very good location.
It's a great spot, and the people who live there love it. Until the last several months, when the protests have really kicked up, and so what we're hearing, what I went and talked to them about, what they were telling me is that every time that federal protective services or other federal agents are using tear gas or pepper balls or smoke grenades or whatever they're using, all of that has a tendency to drift right into this building because, the protests happen on the street right in front of the ICE facility. It's a stone's throw away. I mean, it is right there are these residents. That is getting into their air filtration. That is seeping through the window seals. It's getting into these facilities, and it's causing some actual health problems for the folks who live there.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. It's and the big thing, and this is kind of the big takeaway that I had from this that keeps resonating, is that the protesters and the folks who are protesting ICE in general some of them are coming every single day. They show up, they have their voice heard. Sometimes things get rowdy, whatever it is. And then they go home, they sleep, whatever. Sometimes they come back the next day. Maybe they come back a week later. Maybe they don't come back. But for the folks living in Gray's Landing, which is the name of this building, there is no escape. There is no going home from the protests. They're at the protests morning, noon, night, especially at night. And it's been a massive disruption to their lives through no fault or choice of their own.
Right, other than they just happen to be kitty corner to this
exactly
building.
Right. That's exactly right.
In what you were saying, otherwise would be a great spot.
It's a beautiful location. It's a really great. In fact, the way the building is constructed, on the second floor, they've got this internal courtyard. It's really nice. Cool. But yeah, it's been kind of a living nightmare for a lot of them.
So talking to some of these people that live there, where are their feelings going? Is it over towards they're mad at ICE, or they're mad at the protesters, mad at both?
Yeah.
Just frustrated with the situation in general?
Yeah. So I've talked to about 4 or 5 folks at the building. So no way is this supposed to be a representation of everybody in a 249-unit apartment building. However, those I talked to, including the CEO of Reach that operates and runs the building, they're all on board with the protests. They're all frustrated at what ICE is doing. They're specifically frustrated with how ICE is responding to the protests. And so there's kind of 2 flanks on this. They, by and large, support the protesters. They support the expression of the First Amendment, and they are generally kind of against the administration and the work that ICE is doing right now. But more explicitly, they're frustrated with ICE's and the Federal Protective Service's response to the protests themselves. So all that to be said, they're not so much upset with the protesters, they're upset with ICE.
Yeah.
And they made it really clear that they think that protesters should consider the fact that they live right there, and that maybe there's other places, there's other ways for them to protest, to oppose ICE and the work that ICE is doing, other than right in front of the building itself. You know, that's something I think some people might not like to hear that. Some people that might be like, well, nope, this is where we need to be. I'm not here to cast any judgment on that. But, you know, this is a different perspective where they're not upset with the protesters at all. In fact, they back them. And they want them to maybe find other locations besides right outside of their residential building that happens to be kitty corner to the ICE facility.
I mean, that, again, you know, not speaking for anyone, I can understand that sentiment.
It is a frustrating situation. Yeah. And you know, this, I think, is indicative and a bit of a microcosm to a lot of what's going on with the ICE facility and the protests. There's no magic solution here. There's no simple answer. There's no magic wand to wave to fix it, at least at the local level. And so, you know, I think this is an acknowledgement that this is a complicated situation. Yeah. But in this story and this report, this is a set of voices that we haven't heard a lot from. And I think it's important to include that in the greater conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Was there... I mean, I know this report is coming up, and you're going to have a lot more details coming up for everybody. But has ICE responded to any of the neighbors?
So we've reached out for this specific story. We haven't heard back yet. We'll definitely include that if we do. We know that one resident in the area, I don't know if she was at Gray's Landing or not, at one point a couple months ago sued the city saying that the Portland police need to do more to clamp down on the noise, on the chemical agents being used. A judge ruled against that, and so that lawsuit kind of disappeared and went away. We'll see what else comes of this in the future. I know that a lot of the residents there are frustrated. They're looking for any outlet they can. Yeah, definitely understandable. We'll find out more about that. And this weekend clearly is going to be a big weekend with what's going on with. And they're bracing for it. You know, they know that this is happening. It's an ebb and flow thing, but this is one that they are really expecting to come. Now, that being said, some of them are planning to leave ahead of the planned protests. But one of the things that was really emphasized to me is that these folks, by and large, are low income, and they don't have a lot of choices. They don't have an option to go somewhere else.
Let's go to the coast for the weekend.
No. And so they really have no escape. So they told me that they are bracing for what could be an active weekend.
And we'll be covering that as well, of course, here. So we'll let you know. That's tomorrow. This evening, though, coming up here shortly, actually, Ezra will have more on this report and the coverage of that. And so thanks, everybody, for joining us, too. You know, one of the things, as you've been out there doing, is just trying to get as much facts as we can, get as many interviews, get as many, you know, as much as we can to you as far as what is happening, what's going on there. And this is certainly an important voice. To hear those people that are living there. So lots of coverage at kptv.com. You can find it all right there. And we'll also have, I know, some live streams going tomorrow. We'll have more stuff happening in association with the No Kings rally here. But that's going all over the country. But, you know, for the one in Portland, I know even other cities around here are having their own too. So plenty of more stuff coming up on this. And we'll bring that to you as soon as we can. So download that Fox 12 Oregon app. Great way to get the notification. We'll send out a push alert. You'll get a notification like, hey, something important you should know. So good idea to do that. But thank you, Ezra. As always, great to have you on here. And thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll take off right now. If breaking news happens soon, we'll bring that to you as well. But I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.